Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. What's up? I hope everyone is doing well. You have a great day. Had a good morning. Just enjoying your Saturday, regardless if you have to work or not. You feel me? It's all still blessings. Because you could not have no job. And that won't be good, right? I can imagine that wouldn't be good. So let's get started. I want to do a little bit of draft talk. Obviously, I'm not going to be covering the whole draft because that's not my concern. That is not my concern. Philadelphia Eagles are my concern, first and foremost, when it comes to football. And then I have like two other guys, two other teams that I don't mind following. But if they go against my team, it's up, which would be, hold on. And hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't have my headphones on. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, the Philadelphia Eagles are my team. They are my guys, first and foremost. And then I have two other teams that I follow that I would like to see do well, as long as they're not going against my team, which are, firstly, which are the New England Patriots. And then, secondly, I like the Colts. But if they're going against my team or if they're going against the Patriots, then they get what they get. But when they're just playing regularly throughout the season, I root for them. You feel me? But first and foremost, it's always the Eagles before any other team. I think it did kick me out. I'm not sure, but whatevs. Good afternoon, Cloud Dweller. How are you? Well, I hope. Well, I hope. Let's get started, shall we? Because what, last night was day two of the draft. And obviously, if you have a football team and you want to come in here and talk about your football team, I'm not opposed to that. Duh. Let's see. Hold up. Why they make things so difficult? Jeez Louise. Here we go. Boom shakalaka. So far they've only done the first, and the second, and the third round, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. No, they did four rounds, I believe. I don't think we had a fourth round pick. Don't quote me. I don't believe we had a fourth round pick. Dum, dum, dum. But as far as the Eagles, in the first round, with pick number 20, we got Makai Lemon. And he's a wide receiver coming out of USC. In the second round, with the 54th pick, we picked up Eli Stowers. which is a tight end. He's coming out of Vanderbilt. And then for the third round, because like I said, I don't think we didn't have a fourth round pick. And I want to say, yeah, let me see. They might not have went through. Let me see. What does this say? Because I didn't watch the draft. I just kept up with what we got. I didn't have time to be sitting there watching the draft. Not going to hold you. It says the Philadelphia Eagles are currently participating in the 2026 NFL Draft, dubbed in Pittsburgh. Hold up. I'm late. I don't think they having the draft in Pittsburgh. No, they're not. Anywho, having completed the first 2 days of selections, as of today, March 25th, the team has 3 picks remaining for the final day, and that will be through rounds 4 through 7. Okay, so no, they did not go through round 4. But anyway, and then for the third round, for the 68th pick, we picked up Markel Ball. I'm at Bell, excuse me, Markel Bell. So offensive tackle coming out of Miami. So those are our 3 picks so far. We're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what it do. What you got for us, Howie? So I'm ready for some football. I've been ready for some football. I don't know about y'all. Oh, and we can segue. We can do a quick little segue into basketball real quick. Shout out to the Lakers because I didn't watch the whole game last night, but I watched some of it. Mainly this, I watched the second part of it. I thought we was gonna lose. I'm not even gonna hold you, especially towards the end. They battled that out. Hold on. They definitely battled that out. I thought we was gonna lose. And what is his name? I was talking about last night. How he definitely needed to have the MVP for that game. Hold on. We're definitely sidebarring real quick. Real quick. That game was close. They went against the because they're in the playoffs, man. And we up 3-0 against the Rockets. I thought for sure we was gonna lose that game. But they got that win in overtime. Whew. That was a good game. For sure. Now what is his name? Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart definitely deserved to get that MVP for that game. And bless him, I hope he didn't lose any of his teeth because that boy hit that floor face first, hard as hell. I'm thinking he may have lost a tooth or two. I'm hoping not. But they was battling for sure. Hey Carlos, good afternoon. What's up, chef? They was definitely battling. And that was nice to see. He can buy more. That's so funny that you said that because the person I was talking to last night about it said the same thing. They wasn't worried about it at all. That's so funny. And then you could see him talking to one of his teammates about it, like right after it happened, and it was just all animated and like made the gesture like how his head went. Like you could tell he hit his face, he hit his mouth hard as heck. And then had to shoot some free throws right after. I wasn't mad at him that he didn't make both of them, for sure. How's your day been, Carlos? Well, I hope. Well, I hope. All right, so we went over who the Eagles picked up for the first 3 rounds of the draft. And the last day of the draft, I want to say is today. Don't quote me. But let's look, see what they have for us. It says major draft trades and moves. First round trade up. General manager Howie Roseman traded the Eagles' original uh, number 23 pick and fourth rounders, excuse me, fourth round fourth round picks, numbers 114 and 137. For what? Oh, okay. I'm about to say for what? All right, so we originally had the 23rd spot, but we moved up to the 20th spot. So we traded that spot and two fourth rounders picks was the number 114 and 137 to the mother freaking Dallas Cowboys to move up to number 20 and select wide receiver Makai Lemon. They're stupid for even giving that to us. They must not have nothing to work with to get jiggy with. Because they're dumb for trying to do any type of business with us, I would think. Let me see. If they had the 20, they must not have, you know what? They must not have any real fourth round picks. They must have felt like we need fourth round picks because they still have their first round pick, except they, instead of them, I'm talking about the Cowboys, instead of them having the number 20 spot, they only went down a couple. They had to have thought it made sense to do that because they don't have no fourth round picks. I'm not sure because I don't care about them, but I would think so. But then again, they're slow, so may not want to give them too much credit. But I would think that would be the reason. Otherwise, you stupid. All right. It says acquiring Jonathan Greenard. Who the heck is Jonathan Greenard? Let's see. During day two, the Eagles traded their own 2026 third round pick, number 98, and a 2027 third round pick. It's crazy how they could pre-trade in advance picks for the following year's draft. But okay. And a 2027 third round pick to the Minnesota Vikings for Pro Bowl edge rusher Jonathan Greenyard, and a 2026 seventh round pick, number 244. Damn. I forgot that you can pick up players that are already on a team by trading your picks. That's interesting. Let me read that again. Acquiring Jonathan Greenyard or Greenard, is either Greenard or Greenyard. During day two, the Eagles traded their own 2026 third round pick, number 98, and a 2027 third round pick to the Minnesota Vikings for Pro Bowl edge rusher, excuse me, Jonathan Greenard, and a 2026 seventh round pick. Okay, Howie. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Day three remaining picks. The Eagles enter the final day of the draft with selections at number 178. That's the fifth round. Number 197, sixth round. And number 244, seventh round. Okay, Howie, he said we're going to have a pick for all of these rounds, okay? The fudge. We are going to have a pick for all of these rounds. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So I'm thinking he gave up because he gave up our fourth round picks to the mother freaking Dallas Cowboys so that we can move up in the first round and get Makai Lemon. So it's looking like we don't have any fourth round picks. But he said, "Hope, don't fret, because we still have the fifth, the sixth, and the mother freaking seventh." Okay, Howie. Okay, Howie. It says, for comparison, it says recent draft history 2025 class. For comparison, the Eagles' 2025 draft class was headlined by first round linebacker Jahad Campbell out of Alabama and second round safety Andrew Mukoba out of Texas. They also added depth at quarterback in the sixth round with Kyle McCord from Syracuse. Okay, because next man up. Anything can happen any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. And it doesn't matter if you're the second or the second and a half option. We need you to be ready in case your name gets called. Okay? He says, Uncle L says, Miss B, hey, Uncle L. And all I know is our quarterback better make it a point to tighten up and get that ball wherever it needs to go. Uncle L, do you know if we still have AJ Brown? So I keep hearing talks of us not having him, or we won't be having him for much long. That's what I figured, which is why we got Lemon. But if that's the case, I'm just not trying to have no issues. I feel like that was a issue with Wentz, if I'm not mistaken. But in his case, he was just had his favorite of who he wanted to get the ball to. You know, in this situation, it's not even about favorites. Is like if they're open and available, the onus is on you as the quarterback to get them that ball. Duh. And they rely on you to do that because they can't throw the ball to themselves the same way you as a quarterback can't throw the ball and catch it. You know? We have some things we have to do. We have to get our house in order. But as far as getting the pieces, getting us the pieces that we need, Howie been doing his thing. I said I'm about to start calling him Reese's. But it's like, damn, we can't acquire the players and play and utilize them for what they need to be utilized in the way they need to be utilized. He can't build the morale in the joint. That's why the quarterback is called the coach on the field. So we need to tighten up. Do you agree with what I just said, Uncle L, or no? And what about you, Carlos, if you're still here? Even though I know you're not no Eagles fan. What y'all think? If y'all have any thoughts. And if I'm off on something, enlighten me. Agreed. Why ask a hater like Carlos? I wanted to know if he had any thoughts. Shoot, Ari, if even he might, be wanted to talk about any of the picks his team has picked up. So I know he likes Florida. I have a brother who loves Florida Gators, and we're not from nowheres around there. Even though that's a college football team, but still. Oh Lord, he's a. That's his prerogative, but he definitely be hating on all my teams. On all my teams. Uncle L, I'm so happy the Lakers won last night. I needed a win because my baseball team been ass. Baseball team's been garbage. Daggone football is not here yet. Uh, I said, okay, my baseball team got mopped a few times. So now I need my basketball team to do a wee bit of sweeping. A wee bit of sweeping. Flyers are going to try to sweep Pittsburgh this evening. So okay, so there's two teams out there. Okay, ain't gonna be no try to it. They're gonna do it. What they say ain't nothing to it but to do it. So they better do what they gotta do, or they gonna get done. That's what I'm referring to. Like in baseball, if the team goes a whole series, meaning 3 to 4 games, without getting any wins, I'm gonna refer to it as a mop. Like they got mopped. But just for baseball, that's how I will refer to it. For hockey, if they get swept, I'm just gonna say they got slid on because they be on skates. So the Flyers gonna try to slide on to Pittsburgh. They're gonna try to slide on Pittsburgh tonight. Uncle L Pittsburgh finna get slid on, honey. That's how we gonna do that. That's how we gonna do that. But how do you think? What do you think of Howie's decision to use our pick so far? And that's down from who we chose to what we decided to trade with the Cowboys in order to acquire to be able to be at the number 20 spot. And I haven't yet. If I had more time, I would try to play clips because I'm gonna watch highlights for all these players that we picked up. So I can kind of get a feeling as to who these people are and what they were able to accomplish in their college years. Even though college football and NFL football are two totally different things. Especially depending the type of mindset the player has coming out of college and what they have been and the type of training and just certain things they have been conditioned to. Because for some of them, it is a major culture shock. The same way players who go and play college ball straight out of high school, after high school, depending on what the culture was, where they played, and how they coach gave it up and whatnot. I could see it being a complete culture shock for them when they enter college football. I trust Howie's judgment. Me too. Reese is gonna get us all the pieces. That's a fact. He does and has been continually. He's been very consistent on that front, which is why he's been working for the team. Well, we say I talked about it before. He's been working for the team for about 20 years, as you know, in total as a whole. Hey, kiss my cheeks. Why you got your eyes on me? Say hi. Good afternoon. How are you? Well, I hope. Men in tights. Let's go. Hey, hey. And I think it's wild sauce that they even allow reporters to come into the locker room. Like, you're going to have to wait for that post game interview. You're home? Cool beans. You made it safe. Hey, well, duh, obviously, right? But I'm glad you're home now. Was your roommate there when you got home? And were they shocked? Like, oh, what are you doing here? I live here. The fuck? The fudge. That's funny. That's so funny. Just comfortably in a element. You done blew they ish. Guess what I did? What was that? What you do? What you do? Lord, you did a thing. And I think I'm not going to call it a series because that would be a stretch. 'Cause- What's wrong with them? You turn their TV off? You ain't right. I think I'm going to do maybe like maybe like little segments. Maybe I'll put in short videos. I'm not gonna say a series. A series would be a stretch. I'm not gonna commit myself to that. But I may do like little segments and like short videos or whatever have you. And I might just title them Funny No Haha. Funny No Haha. Because have you ever like witnessed something and you're like, huh, that's funny. But you don't really mean that it's funny, like, oh, like funny make me want to laugh. But like funny, hmm, funny make you think. Like funny, interesting, those type of things. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do little segments. Hold on. Like for example, have you ever seen two guys arguing, right? Or having like a heated discussion? And the two guys that are having this, whoa, the two guys that are having this discussion or what the hell? Um, Come back like you got some sense and say hi. I don't even know you. Hey, little run buddy. And did I not? I did set my stuff, but I forgot people are weird. Anyway, so So the two guys that are having this heated discussion or argument, they're not even friends. They're not even cool. They barely have a rapport, but they have an argument or a disagreement for whatever reason, right? But and it's not the argument or the disagreement that is like funny, no ha ha to me. It's the verbiage. You feel me? They'll be like, bro, bro, bro. No, but I'm saying bro. Nah, bro, bro, bro. And it's like, why do you keep saying bro or referring to this other man as bro? But that's not your brother. It's not your brother in blood. It ain't your brother in Christ. Hold on. It's not somebody you're friends with, whom you just so happen to be having a disagreement, because that happens. People can be friends and have arguments or disagreements. That's not something that is far fetched. So why are you referring to them as bro? You know what I mean? So I think that's something that's funny, no ha, because if I'm having a argument or back and forth with a woman, which I will not, you're gonna get binked. I don't got time to argue with nobody, but let's just say, right? I'm having an argument or a heated discussion or disagreement with another woman, but we don't have a strong rapport with each other. We're not cool. We're not friends. None of that. It's just something that we happen to be bumping heads about. I'm not going to continually say, no, sis, you don't understand, sis. I'm saying, sis, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't make sense. Now, I might say, girl, like, or something like that, but I'm not going to say, sis, because you are not my sis. And in certain arguments and stuff that I have seen, the words and the vitriol that is behind that comes with it, that is not your bro. So why are you saying bro? You said it's your brother in Christ. Not if they a demon, but I dig what you mean. And if that was the case, it wouldn't even be an argument. It would be a conversation. You know, people don't know how to have conversations. They just want to argue. I hate it when guys refer to women as bro. It's like a default setting or something in the mind. It may be something that they don't even realize that they do or pay any attention to. Hold on. You said you so funny. Funny, ha ha. You said, oh, we have company. Sorry. We always have company. We always have company. What I call them, and not even what I call them. What are they called? There's been a name for them before I even knew what it was. What are they called, honey? Oh, monitoring spirits. There's always monitoring spirits lurking, lying in the wakes, got their eyes on something, but they brain on nothing. Bless them. They do exist. Head asses. Bless them. For they know not what they do. Because if they did, they wouldn't do it. And that goes for all of us. Because we all fall short. We fall down, but we get up head asses. It's what we are because we're human. That's a disfranchised individual with a lack of education and proper etiquettes. I mean, it's just low IQ working through conversation. Is that so? Bless them. Hello, and do any of you guys know who this person is? Because I think this is your first time coming over here. But hello to you. We can't have a conversation. You gotta get over it. Like, seriously. LOL, these mutes. Lord, call Ghostbusters, call upon the Lord. Just do that over yonder. That's the type of time I'm on. I don't need any monitoring spirits in my life. Oh, okay. My bad, classic. My bad. Hey, what's up? Welcome. It's just low IQ working through conversation. It's like, bro, it's not your bro. I know who it is, Run Buddy. My bad. My bad. Yeah, what was I saying? And it's like, I don't want to come off as if I'm ungrateful, but like I told you guys plenty of times, I'm not someone who desires or has a desire to be concerned. Oh, okay, cool beans. Well, hey, welcome. Cause I enjoy their content fully. Um, I'm not concerned or pressed to be monetized. I don't really care about likes and stuff like that. And I really do believe, like, if you're gonna have your eyeballs or your ears on me and listening to what I'm saying, it's weird to me to be doing it from afar because there's no type of quote unquote smoke on this page. You know what I mean? It is what some would consider to be a safe space because I don't allow no bullcrap over here. So, with that being said, I don't need that, you know? I would rather you take your eyeball and your view elsewhere in the most respectful type of way. And I don't care about your reasoning as to why you want to sit here and have your eyeballs or your ears on me from the clouds, but not let yourself be known. That's weird to me. Now, if you're busy and you're doing something, it takes 2 seconds to say, hey, what's up, V? I'm multitasking. Whoop de doo. But if you can't give me that, I don't want you to give me nothing unless we already had this conversation. You know what I mean? But to have, yeah, like I said, to be watching from afar is weird to me. It gives lurk behavior, and I don't really care for it. I'm not going to hold you. I don't really care for it. Because if I wanted to just get my thoughts out and talk to myself, then I would just voice record myself and my thoughts. Duh. I want to know what other people think about what I'm talking about. I don't care about what people think about the topics I choose. But if you care enough to come and place your eyes on me, and it's not one of them things like where you're in and out like a bad kid letting the air out, because there's people that will come in and then dip, like, oh yeah, nah, I'm good. And that's their prerogative. I don't have an issue with that. But if I notice that you're lingering and lurking, that means you have an interest of the sort in what I'm saying for whatever that reason is. And it's weird to me to just sit idly by and not say nothing. And some people who do that have no issue letting their presence be known in chats where bullcrap resides. So that's funny to me too. Funny, no haha. So I don't need the view. I promise I don't need the view. I don't care about no like if you ain't say nothing. And please don't get it misconstrued. That's totally separate than me having an issue with people choosing to engage and watch other content. That's your prerogative, what you choose to watch. What I'm saying is if you choose to watch and listen to me, don't do that if you have an issue or a concern with saying, "What's up, V?" Even if you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm fixing to be in your class," whatever. Let me know something. And if you can't give me that, don't give me nothing because I'm not pressed. I promise. So I do want to say that. And I'm getting out of here. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you to whoever will watch the replay. Even though I think it's weird, thank you to the cloud dwellers, but please tighten up. I don't need you to dwell on my clouds. You can go and do that elsewhere. Bye.